Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to learn how to crack data engineering interviews because we have Muhammed Suhail with us. He has cracked 11 data engineering interviews. Can you believe, guys? So who else better than him can tell us that how to prepare for data engineering interviews, how to crack interviews, how to make most of the opportunities when you are switching from one company to another. He has around 3.5 years of experience. He was working for EY as a Azure data engineer, and now he's joining Fractal Analytics as a data engineer again. So Sunil, welcome to the channel, and thanks a lot for coming here and giving your precious time. Let's start with your quick introduction, and then we will move on to the discussion.
Sure. First of all, thanks a lot, Ankit, for having me. Because it's basically a pleasure to meet you finally. Because the contribution you made to my career is quite a lot. And thanks a lot for inviting me. Yeah,
Thank
my name
you.
is Muhammad Suhail. I'm from Kerala. I do have almost 3.3 years of experience so far, and currently working in Fractal Analytics. I was working in EY earlier, and I do have some internship experience other than this. So mostly working on Azure Cloud so far, and recently switched to a senior data engineer role in Fractal.
Awesome, awesome. So Suhail, first of all, if anyone will think about 11 interviews, I mean, how you get so much of motivation to give so many interviews, right? After 3 4 interviews people think, okay, done. But 11 is crazy. I have not encountered a student who have cracked more than 10 interviews, maximum 4 5, and they will join a company. So tell us about that little bit.
Sure. So the story goes something like this because I'm coming from a tier three campus. So it's a bit harder. Like we were having discussions over LinkedIn whether we should pay 3.2 LP or not. Likewise, right? So the problem is basically this 3.2 LPA is also an opportunity. So I'm coming from that background almost. So when we think about the compensation, nobody will give a 200 or 250 percentage of hike within one or two interviews. So I was preparing for a while. Then, like basically, all these social media influences, they were having podcasters with folks who were getting succeeded, and I got to see quite a number of videos, and I was thinking, okay, I can crack Fang. I'll get somewhere around 60, 70 LPA. So it was fun, yeah. And then later I was preparing for a while. If you remember, 1 year back I pinged you, and by the time itself I started my preparation. The SQL side I started from that time onwards.
Mhm.
Then basically initially I thought I can give 1 year and I can try for Fang or that level of companies. Then I thought after some time it wasn't getting that much of so it has to be on a ladder wise, right? So then I thought like I was listening to a podcast and that guy is saying you should be aiming as low as possible so that you will not be burdened with not having this access. Then I thought, okay, let's aim a bit low. Let's uh, let's target some intermediary companies. And then I started giving interviews, and I think almost somewhere around 62 companies I gave interviews, at least started the hiring process, and out of which 11 or 12 got concluded with an offer.
Great, great. Mohammed Suhail. It's really amazing, right? So tell us about little bit that how you prepared, right? So how much time it took to prepare and start giving interviews? Were you preparing from day one of your EY, or you started preparing after 2 years, 3 years? How much time it took? And as a data engineer, like 2 to 3 years of experience, if someone wants to switch, what things they should focus on, right? So these two things we will talk about first.
Sure. So I started my preparation around 2 or 2.2 years, somewhere around there. Because, like
Okay.
I said, I was targeting Fang, which
Hmm.
wasn't a good thing. But basically it was a good start because like I have done quite a bit of work uh, by targeting that.
Mm,
Then after I realized it, okay, let's do an intermediary. So around 8 to 9 months of preparation I did. I started with SQL, then I went for big data and all, Spark and big data and all. I was basically working on Azure data engineering only, and
mm,
it gave me the flexibility of having the tools and technologies, but I wasn't quite deeply understood all this. So if
okay.
you want a good package, you need to be known deeper, right? So that was the thing lacking. So
Okay.
somewhere around 8 to 9 months of preparation.
Okay. And what all you prepared? Can you just take us through quickly?
Sure. So
Yeah.
mostly SQL.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, no problem. So mostly SQL is the first pillar, I'll say,
Mm,
and the second one, SQL and Python as the first pillar, and Spark and Big Data and the Cloud Basic as a second one,
mm,
and how to do the application and how to basically get calls, watching podcasters and watching tricks and things like that. So these three I'll say. So initially I started from SQL. So SQL,
sorry.
Se-
Yeah.
yeah, SQL I started uh, way
Okay.
early once when I ping it. By the time I have already done almost all those questions you were posted in your
Mm,
YouTube channel, and you also said me that okay, don't take that course. But I somehow purchased it, but didn't do. Then I started on Python, and on Python I just asked ChatGPT list down all the like all the concepts and all these things, and
okay.
uh, give me sample codes and questions as well. So
Okay.
it listed down all those questions. I mentioned like I shouldn't be missing anything. So I basically got all that, and I started kind of like writing theory or learning it by coding. So
Okay.
finally
Great.
finished on Python. And on the Spark side, actually I did took the I did took the course from Sumit Mittal sir. So that was another part. So the Spark and the big data side covered with that effort of somewhere around close to 5 6 months. Basically, I did new Spark and all, but the underneath concepts and all was lacking. And then comes the application part. So I didn't knew how to apply. I didn't knew how to optimize the resume and all. Basically, I went through iteration. I can say somewhere around 8 to 9, or like every 10 15 days I was kind of like trying to improve my resume, and
Okay.
kind of like getting the resume score and getting reviewed with top made folks and all. So somehow finally it hit that spot, and I
Mm.
started getting calls.
So was it only Naukri or you were looking in LinkedIn also for job search?
I was looking everywhere because like I didn't got calls initially. So uh, mostly the calls I received mostly are from Naukri only, because like whatever companies are I mostly interviewed, most of them are from are kind of like service based, and some smaller no, I can't say smaller, but not up to the FANG level or
Mm,
like that. Basically the product based companies, but not up to the hype. But I did receive a couple of other uh, good companies like Amazon and Walmart and Qualcomm and all. So
mm.
those are basically from LinkedIn only. So
Okay. So you gave interviews in Amazon, Walmart?
I did give on Walmart. I didn't got a
Okay.
chance to give on Amazon because like my notice period was getting closed, and I had to take a decision. Should I go with
Okay.
an existing offer?
Okay. Okay. So specifically talking about Python, a lot of people are, very confused what to learn in Python. Do they need to learn data structure and algorithm? At till what level Python they should learn? So can you quickly talk about what kind of questions they ask and what to prepare for?
Sure. Uh, when I say this, like, if you guys are kind of like going for a frank level, don't take my advice. If you guys are targeting for an intermediary Fractal or that level of companies which is good on service based, definitely I think this will work. Because like I haven't done a lot of TSA, but we should be able to solve the problems.
Hmm.
You don't you may not be needed to do it in very optimized way, but you should
Okay.
be able to understand. You should be basically coding it.
Okay.
So to that level, somewhere around, if you can solve an intermediate lead code or medium
Okay.
lead code, definitely you will be able to crack.
Okay. So basically, when you say problems, Python problems, it will be based on data structures and right list dictionaries and writing some loop, some if else conditions, right? That kind of
Yeah,
coding.
that kind of, mostly that kind of, along with that, if the interviewer like, they can blend it with Spark as well. So uh,
Okay. PySpark, you mean to say?
yeah,
Okay. And what about pandas and other data analytics libraries?
I didn't got any question on pandas so far, or NumPy or Seaborn, those sort of libraries. I didn't got any questions.
Okay.
Uh, I was interviewing for a Python application developer. I didn't knew it was a Python application. I was expecting it was for a data engineer role. There they
Hmm.
asked pandas, but I wasn't using it frequently, so wasn't
Okay.
able to crack it.
Okay. Okay. So there are four parts mainly: SQL, Python, big data, Spark, right? And then cloud. Out of four, what do you think is the toughest one to crack?
Okay, no, all are kind of equal, but I can say vice versa. The priority wise. So if we are going in a way, then we should be clearing SQL first. Then the next barrier comes, because like if you can't clear SQL, you are out.
You're out. First round only you're out. Yeah.
Yeah. Then comes maybe little bit of Python.
Hmm.
So the Python comes second,
Hmm.
and then only it goes to Spark, underneath
And
core
cloud.
questions and some
Okay.
programmings. Then cloud.
So what I understand is SQL and big data. They will go deep in that, right? Python and cloud will be just intermediate or overview, not very deep, right? Is it correct
True.
to say?
Yeah. Yes, it is
Okay.
absolutely
Okay.
correct, because like SQL and like the big data, they'll go way deeper.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Great. So for SQL specifically, how to prepare basically, right? Because a lot of people struggle in SQL, right? I have seen people with 7 years, 8 years, 10 years of experience, and they struggle in clearing first round itself. So, what's the right way to prepare for SQL interviews?
Ideally, you shouldn't be asking this question because like the answer itself there, there in a YouTube channel. You can go ahead and follow Ankit Panchal. So basically, that's what I have done. Uh,
Okay.
uh, because like I wasn't utilizing LinkedIn or Naukri, or like LinkedIn or this sort of social media platform when
Hmm.
until I was having 2 years of experience. Then I got to know, okay, these sort of influencers are talking about this thing. Okay, these guys are cracking this thing. This is
Hmm.
what they have done. Let's do this thing
Hmm.
and go ahead
Hmm.
and crack. So
Okay.
on the SQL side, that's what I heard first. My seniors was already saying that SQL is very important.
Hmm.
Then what I have done is like I did went through W3 school and all, and learned the basic keywords and all. And
Okay.
I was coming from a computer science background, so I did had a very minimal understanding, not way
Hmm.
deeper.
Hmm.
Then what I have done is like I started with SQL medium problem from your channel itself. I didn't understood anything. I was watching it twice and all,
Hmm.
just watching. Whenever
Hmm.
you say stop here and solve this problem by yourself and come back, I wasn't stopping there. I was just watching. So after that, after a couple of times I watched it, and then I gave somewhere around 2 to 3 hours of break, and like came back and tried to solve myself.
Hmm.
Then I was able to solve some of them. I wasn't able to solve quite
Okay.
few. So Then I iteratively did the same. I watched all the medium problems and I tried to solve that. And after 10-20 days, I tried again solving those problems which I already solved.
Hmm.
So that way is what I did follow it. Then somehow I finished all those 45 question. By the time I think it was 45 available.
Hmm.
So I finished all those.
Okay.
Like once we see the result, it hits, right? So
Yeah.
when I
To
got
get that
the
confidence.
result, like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I did solve all those 45.
Hmm.
Then I didn't do anything on SQL. That's
Okay.
the true fact.
Hmm. Great, great, great. So, Suhail, one more thing, like a lot of people are not sure that how much money they should ask, right? They might have 3, 4 years of experience, and generally in the first job, you don't have that big package, and hikes are also like maximum 10, 15% hikes, 20%. So your package is around 5, 6, 7 maximum, right? If you are working in a good company after 3, 4 years. So how they should bargain and how much they can expect with the 3 to 5 years of experience as a data engineer.
Okay, what I have seen is like from these service-based companies, somewhere around if we are having a 3 to 5 years of experience,
Hmm.
maybe somewhere around 18 till 25 or 26. This service-based companies is what I'm saying. This
Okay.
could be a high end. So
Hmm.
I'll say somewhere around from 16 onwards, somewhere around till 26. Maybe a good range considering a 3 to 5 years of experience.
It's
If
good.
it's
I
product
mean,
based,
yeah,
if
yeah,
it's
go ahead.
product based, I think
Hmm.
maybe somewhere around 20 to 30 and all.
Okay. Okay. Actually, it's a good package. Things have changed now. When I was
So
3 years, 4 years of experience, right? So I started my career in 2010, and 3, 4 years means 2013, 14. At that time, I remember people used to say, if your salary is double of your experience, it is good. Which means if you have 4 years of experience and if you are 8 lakh package, it was considered a good salary at that point in 2014 or 13, right? But now things have changed. People with 3, 4 years of experience have 20, 25 lakhs package, right? So it is really have changed and it really motivates people. And I've seen this pattern also that lot of data analysts who are working as a data analyst, they want to move into data engineering because they see more packages possible and also it is more, very interesting area as well, data engineering, right? So any advice for people who want to move because they generally are good in SQL and one BI tool, Power BI or Tableau, right? So if they want to move into data engineering, what they should do, how they should start. So
it, they can basically, I think they can basically think of a time frame uh, wi- from by which time they should be able to kind of like switch, because like maybe a 6 month or any year they can definitely give, because like they are coming from that background and they do have quite a good understanding on SQL. That means it's easier to pick up Spark. The only thing
Mhm.
they are missing is like thinking about how the distributed architecture and underneath concepts may differ.
Okay.
So it may be easier, I'll say. And 6 month enroll, I think, is a good time frame. If they find good resources, it's very easy to switch. And from the
Mm.
project wise, I don't think it may be easier, but they may have to work on themselves in order to figure out how should be these projects and how they can contribute. So mostly it's easier to grab the technological stack
Mm.
within 4 to 6 months. It will be feasible.
Okay. Okay. Great. Suhail, any last message for all aspiring data engineers or data engineers who are struggling to switch? Any last message to close this?
Yeah, definitely. I'll say if we if we are kind of like aiming higher, I'll suggest maybe aim low. Don't take it to a lot lower, but set yourself some boundaries and aim as low as possible, so that you will not be burdened with the with not having success. So that's
Mm.
one thing. And
Mm.
apart from this, if you are somewhere around 3 years of experience and working in a service based company, joined as a fresher, then definitely you will not be in a good package. So you can basically work and make your package way higher if you want.
Great, great.
That's only I think. Yeah.
Great, Soil. It is very inspiring, 11. I am still thinking of it, 11 interviews. It is just amazing thing, And thank you so much for coming and giving your time. I hope, wish you luck and all the best for your career, Soil. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for having me.